welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Richie and I'm so glad that you're here. I'm going to be doing like a little kind of mood reading vlog, but also kind of like a how much I can read this week, and I don't really know how I'm going to base it. I think I'm probably going to do like how many pages I read each day kind of thing. Just don't feel anything in more pain. Can you guys take a break? What am I actually reading? I actually just don't know. I've had some really great reads this month so far, and I am getting a bit nervous because I feel a little bit slumpy, like nothing's really calling out to me. That is always the issue when you have read some really great books recently, and after that you kind of just like feel like nothing's really calling out to you, nothing is super captivating or interesting. I just don't want to go down that slippery slope and get into a full slump, and I honestly wasn't too sure what book to even like pick up this week or what I wanted to read. Then I saw Tiffany Leanne post a video of her top romance book recommendations, and she recommended The Wedding Crasher by Mia Sosa. I think she included the other one in this like little interconnected standalone series called The Worst Best Man, but I decided I'm gonna read this one. I had this on my shelf and The Worst Best Man on my shelf for like such a long time now. I thought it would be finally time to give it a go, see how I like it. All I know is there's a wedding involved and she's crashing the wedding and doing something to stop the wedding, and that there's fake dating involved. That seems like fun little rom-com vibes, so I'm gonna see how I go with this one and start reading. But today's Sunday, and so I'm gonna be reading every day. Well, hopefully I read every day until next Sunday, and I want to see how many pages I read each day, and in a week how many books I read or how many pages I read. We're just counting how much I read this week. So first book to read. I'm about 20, I was about to say minutes, I was literally about to say 20 minutes in, which doesn't make sense. I'm 20 pages in. I thought I'd give like a little update of like how it's going so far. The most random thing just happened. Like I knew this was coming because it was like on the blurb in the back of like what's happening. Basically Solange is like a female main character, and she kind of stops this guy's wedding because she overhears the bride talking to someone else in the stairwell, being a little bit cozy, and she just kind of like objects to the wedding essentially. And then anyway, so she had like a run-in with the groom, which is Dean, and he is like the male main character. And so anyway, so she's done like the objection at the wedding, and then he's like, okay, I want to talk to you, like what did you hear, what did you see, like why would you say that? And then she starts like telling him why she did it and like what she heard, and then he makes like a joke, and then she gets worried and almost starts crying because she's like, wait, did I just ruin your wedding for no reason? And then he's like, Solange, relax, I'm just messing around. And then he comes close and wipes a tear under her eye. I'm just like really confused, because why is this man getting all up in your personal space? Like this is the second time they've met. I was just like, okay, why is he all up in your business? Like step back and like process the fact that your marriage, or not your marriage, but like your wedding just stopped. I don't know why you're getting all up in her face, being like, I don't know, wiping her tear away. Like it's supposed to be cute, but you just met. I'm just really confused why that had to be in that part. I just like they could have made it into a joke and he was like, okay, you know what, like you kind of saved me or something. But anyway, I don't know why that like literally took me out of the story. I was like, it was going so well for the past like 19 pages, and then you just do that? I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna keep reading because I'm only on page 20. I'll come back if I have any more updates. I did not give you any update yesterday. The commute to work was a nightmare, and the commute back was a bit of a nightmare, so I wasn't really in the mood to come and give an update on how much I've read. On Sunday, as you would have seen, I started reading The Wedding Crasher. I read about 65 pages, which was pretty good. I was pretty happy with that because I was like just kind of getting into it. And then yesterday, because of my commute, I got to read quite a bit because I read about 105 pages. So far so good. I ended up reading on my Kindle because I just take my Kindle with me if I'm going somewhere, so I read it on my Kindle. I've been listening to audiobooks more when I'm at work because I kind of just like zone into like the work and just have something in the background. And so I started Hello Stranger by Catherine Senta last week, and I only listened to like one chapter of it or something at the time, and then I picked it up again this week and I read about 2 chapters. Well, I didn't read, but I'm going to count it as reading because I did pick up a book. I think I just started chapter 4. I'm not exactly sure, but it was only 20 pages, which is crazy to me because I feel like I was listening to it like pretty much not all day, but like it was just like my afternoon. But I feel like I was listening to it for a long time, so I'm so shocked that it was only 20 pages. For some reason the audiobook was like so much longer, but to be fair, we were just kind of setting up and getting into the story of what was happening in that, and I'll let you know if I end up continuing that because I do have like the book as well, so I don't know if I'll end up picking up the book today. And with today being Tuesday, I've honestly not read too much because work was just really busy, but I'm definitely going to read before I go to bed and hopefully make a bit more of a dent into this one. So far they are fake dating, and it's basically because at his work he needs to impress like a new hire, and she would bring a lot of good business to his work, which is a law firm. So he's roped in Solange to be his fake girlfriend, and like they have like pretty good banter so far, and like they have like pretty solid friendship forming, which is really cute. I feel like I don't really have too many thoughts on it, to be honest. I'm excited to like get more into the fake dating. I feel like it really plays out like a movie. Like I can imagine like Glen Powell in this kind of movie where it's like a fake dating trope. Apart from that, I feel like I'm not really like fully invested in their story. Like it's fun to read. It's kind of like how I felt with The Fastest Way to Fall. I read that, like it was fun to read, the banter was good, but like it was okay. I'm just getting like the same sort of feeling. I'm very early on, so I don't know if it'll get better, but I hope it does because I feel like right now it's just a bit slower. I wish the pace was a bit faster and like more things were happening, but anyway, I'm gonna keep reading and let you know how it goes. And yeah, hopefully I get a good chunk of it done today because I really do want to read, but I just like have not had the time today. Wednesday already. I don't know where the time has gone, but anyway, woke up this morning, made myself a matcha, and I've just sat down to read this morning before I log into work and stuff. And I did read last night. I'm still reading The Wedding Crasher. Honestly, I'm just kind of bored by it. Like I'm not very invested in the characters. I'm not really invested in the romance. I'm just, I don't know, like I'm cruising through it, if that makes sense. I don't know what it is. Just don't feel anything for these characters. I don't want to DNF it because I only have like 100 pages left, so I might as well finish it because it's been on my TBR for a while and I don't know what I'm feeling. Like I don't know what I'm in the mood for. It's not like I'm not enjoying it. I am enjoying it when I'm reading it, but I think I'm just like not fully obsessed with it or like invested in the story. I've just had too many good books back to back that like now that I'm like reading another book, I'm like, oh, it's not like all consuming for me, and so it feels like it's not a good book, but it is a good book. It is a fine book, but it's just not the book. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy my matcha and finish reading before I log into work, and catch you guys in a little bit. Finish The Wedding Crasher by Mia Sosa on my lunch break. I kind of just binged it because I literally only had like 100 pages left or something like that when I spoke to you, so I just thought let's just finish this book and see how it ends and everything. I will say it is a fun little rom-com, little fun book to read, and you can like definitely picture a fun romantic comedy movie playing in your head, but I just kind of found it a little bit boring. It was a fun little palate cleanser read, so definitely recommend if you're kind of looking for that. Either way, 3 stars. So I thought I'd give you a little update on the stats as well because I don't think I gave you any info about it this morning when I chatted to you, but yesterday I read 104 pages of The Wedding Crasher, and then today I've read 110 pages and I finished the book. So that is 1 book down this week. I am very happy to see that, but I have no idea what I'm going to be reading next. Like literally no clue. I don't know what kind of mood I'm in. I kind of want to read Daisy Haight. I read the first book, which was Magnolia Parks, and I fell in love with her writing. It was so beautiful, and the story I think the ending was like a shock to me, and then I just like never continued the series. I don't know why. I think I just had so many books on my radar at the time that I just put those ones to the back burner because I was like, I'll get to them. But it's been almost 2 years and I haven't yet, so I think I'm gonna read Daisy Hates. I think I really want to just finish the series and like see how I find it. I'll catch you guys with what I decide because no idea what I want to read. I think it's time. I think it is time, guys. I've really been putting this off for a long time. I think I'm going to be reading Daisy Hates. I honestly had no idea what I wanted to do, but then I spoke to you guys and then I talked about, could I potentially read this one? Sold me. Kept thinking about it while I finished work for the day. So we're going to be reading Daisy Hates today. Well, not today, tonight. I'm gonna go shower and then read for a bit. I'm very excited. I'm actually like a little bit nervous, and I've also really been thinking about the Zodiac Academy. I've heard really great things, so I don't know why that has like seeped into my brain now and I want to read that. Let's take this one step at a time. I'm gonna be reading Daisy Hates as our next read, and I also want to read it because I have the Conditions of Will, and I feel like I can't read the Conditions of Will if I don't just make my way through the Magnolia Park series. I feel like, what am I doing? What am I actually doing? Like, why am I reading a standalone when I have the whole series? So that's exactly why. Wait, I think this is actually the third book. Guys, I picked up the wrong book. I'm pretty sure that's the third book. This is the book I'm reading. I cannot believe I just picked up the wrong book, and I was like, yeah, totally gonna read the third book in the series before the second. But anyway, I'll catch you guys once I start this and let you know how I feel. I'm really excited to get back into Jess's writing. I've heard so many good things about the Conditions of Will, just like her writing, and I don't know if it's just like the font she uses or something. Like, there's just something that like stands out to me that's like, that's Jessa Hastings writing, like that's her book. I'll come back to you guys if I have any more updates or anything about this one, but yeah, we're gonna start reading this. Wow. I hate him already. I hate this character. He just seems so... Anyway. Hello guys, it is Thursday today. I am picking back where I left off with Magnolia Parks. Why do I keep doing that? I'm back into it. I'm back into the world. I'm just getting back all the feelings I had in 2023 when I first read Magnolia Parks. Like, the toxicity of it all is just, it's just doing something to me. Like, I can't believe how toxic they are. I just like literally want to shake them and be like, can you just like talk it out like adults? But no, none of them are normal, and they've all like been with each other, and there's just like so much tension all the time, so much toxicity, I don't know. I'm right back to when I read Magnolia Parks for the first time. I feel like somehow this is worse because there's like gang lords involved. The British crime empire, if you will, is involved in this one. I know it sounds like so unserious, but anyway, I'm really enjoying it, to be honest, and like I keep thinking about it. I just like want to keep like getting back into the world and stuff. But I saw this line that I underlined before when I was reading outside, and I thought it was like, it's like such a way that Jessa has of like writing. Like, it's just so, I don't even know how to explain it. Let me tell you the line. It says someone's name, but I'm not going to mention it in case you haven't read it. Hands on my body feel to me like a towel coming straight out of the dryer after a hot shower on a cold day. That's a perfect example of how she like describes things. It takes it like one step further and like makes you feel included because you can actually visualize that and you can picture, or you can feel how that would feel, and you're like, okay, so he's got like a comforting kind of touch to you. But no, it's not just that. It's like, it's just like so much more. Things just escalate so quickly in this book. Like, they just fully beat up a man, but to be fair, he was trying to drug someone, so valid I think. But anyway, things just escalated, so I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. I just finished work for the day, so I had to get back into the world of Magnolia Parks and stuff, but I realized I haven't given you any update on what I read yesterday. On Wednesday, I read 110 pages of The Wedding Crasher and I finished it, and then I read 120 pages of Daisy Hates, and so in total I read 230 pages yesterday. That was probably like the most I've read. I feel like today I might beat it because like I'm literally only thinking about Daisy Hates and the world, and it's just interesting how like everyone has a soft spot for each other and they've all been with each other. Like there's like only a certain amount of people that like they hang out with or like they're really close to, and so like everyone's kind of had feelings for each other at some point, or they have gone through like really traumatic things together, so they're all kind of like trauma bonded, and it's like it's just insane, like the dynamics, like the power plays, the politics just in their little group of like what they can and can't talk about, and like how some of them perceive the other people. It's just like super interesting. Anyway, I have a feeling I could finish this book if I wanted to today. I don't know if I should, but I don't know, we'll see. It just depends because I feel like I cannot put it down. Like I keep thinking about what's happening and like what they're doing and all that. So anyway, I'm gonna keep reading and I'll come back later. Happy Friday. I am so excited to tell you that I did in fact finish Daisy Hates last night. I honestly just binged it. My boyfriend fell asleep a bit early, and so I was like, this is time for me to really get into my reading, and I somehow finished it. And let me just calculate how many pages I read. Let's do that before we get into talking about the book. Yesterday I read 289 pages of Daisy Hates. I have a few thoughts on how I'm feeling about this book, to be honest, because on one hand I love Jessa Hastings' writings. I love how she details like emotions and feelings, and like you really get pulled into the story, and not even the story but into the characters, and it just feels like they're kind of like talking to you, but like you're in their head and you can like kind of see all their inner monologue or inner thoughts and stuff. I really enjoy how she writes, and I think it's just a beautiful way of putting it together. She just has a way of like capturing you and putting you into like the character and like experiencing the same emotions that they're experiencing. One-sided love, she wrote that really well, or like just the feeling that you have when you feel like you're the only person in love, or just even the heartbreak, the middle to the end. It was genuinely like one thing after another, and I was just like, can you guys take a break? Take 5, please. I really enjoyed the emotional side of things. I really enjoyed Jessa Hastings' writing, and I feel like that's kind of given. Like I really love her writing, but like this literally became like a mafia romance at some point. Like I don't know what happened. It's told in the POV of Daisy, Christian, and sometimes Julian, and honestly I did kind of feel like the Julian point of views were kind of like unnecessary, to be honest. Like they weren't adding anything. It was just really only helping us kind of see like how he viewed the relationship between Daisy and Christian. We could kind of see from like an outsider's perspective of like how their relationship was progressing, or how he could notice that they were having like strong feelings for each other. So that was kind of interesting, but apart from that I feel like it didn't add anything to it. Like the heist and stuff, like I don't know, it just like didn't really do anything for me. I was kind of like bored with those parts of it, and I think I even just got really annoyed with like Daisy's character, but like I could completely understand how she was reacting the way she was. Like she was just going through it, literally. She was just going through it, and she was just making some horrible decisions, but you know, in the moment when you have only toxic coping mechanisms, that's kind of all you know and that's all you do. That's just what happens. So I don't know, like at some points I was getting like frustrated, and like the self-destruction of her character was just like too much. And you know, she was a med student, but like she barely went to school. Like I don't understand how this all happened, because I thought med students were very, very busy. If there's anyone I felt bad for in this whole thing, it would have to be Christian, because that poor man was put through the ringer. It was literally like a battlefield. I'm not even gonna lie. Like the second half of this book, it was just pain and more pain and more pain and more pain. It makes it sound like I didn't enjoy this book, but I did enjoy it. You know, I love a painful, emotional book. So yeah, this got me there, and it was definitely interesting. Like I fully felt the heartache that Daisy had with her, and the heartbreak and everything that she was feeling, and the toxic coping mechanisms. You know, she's human after all. I think I'm gonna give it like 4 stars. So I'm glad that I read that, because now I can actually kind of start ticking off the series. Now I have no idea what to read. I have no clue what I'm feeling. We also have some friends coming to stay with us this weekend, so I don't actually know how much reading I'll get done. So it's gonna be a bit of a busy one, but I do want to see in between if I do read. I do kind of want to start the Zodiac Academy. I've heard a few things about it. It's been in my mind a little bit, so maybe I'll read that. I downloaded the sample onto my Kindle, so maybe I'll give it a go, and then I'll let you know what I decide. But yeah. Saturday today. I don't think I filmed too much on Friday because we had people come over, and I did say that it was probably going to be pretty busy. I don't know how much I was going to read, but I did end up starting Zodiac Academy. I think I mentioned that I wanted to start it. I had no idea what it was about, but I ended up reading 87 pages of that on my Kindle, which was fun. And then today I haven't started reading yet because we still have people over and everyone's just sort of left now, so we're gonna read for a little bit this afternoon and see how much I get up to. We're seeing some friends in a little bit, I think. I'm not exactly sure, nothing's really confirmed, but we might be seeing them, so I don't know how long we'll be seeing them for or anything. But yeah, that's our little plan this weekend, so I'm curious to see how much I will be reading in between, like seeing different people and stuff. But yeah, I did start Zodiac Academy. I honestly didn't know too much about it. I think I knew it was like a fantasy, and I also knew that it was kind of like a very well loved series. I know there's like 12 books or something in like the whole series, but from what I've read so far, it's pretty interesting. It's kind of giving like Vampire Academy vibes. Basically follows Tori and Darcy, and they've been trying to like make do in like the normal world, the Earth realm if you will, and then they get taken into Solaria, which is like the Fey world, and are told that they were actually like heirs to like really powerful people, like the last king and queen who ruled Solaria, and now it's like ruled by other people, and essentially they get told that they can become the heir to the throne once they finish Zodiac Academy and stuff. So they, I guess, finish their studies, basically harness all their powers, and like all their powers are based on the elements, so like earth, water, fire, air. It kind of gives me Vampire Academy vibes, but there's also like werewolves and sirens and vampires obviously, but it's just, I don't know, similar setting because it's like an academy and they're like learning and stuff, and they have like different professors and there's like all these things happening. So far they're kind of just doing all like the hazing kind of rituals and stuff as like they into their different houses in the academy. So far I'm actually enjoying it. Like it's kind of what I needed, something a bit different. I wanted something a bit like light, and this one's like super easy to read. Anyway, if there's anything else I'll let you know, but so far so good, so I'm gonna keep reading, and yeah. I've been reading for a little bit. There's something that's cringing me out so much, but basically there's like the two heirs, which is like the twins, and then there's 4 guys who are part of like, I think the Celestial Council or something like that. They're part of the council, like their families are, and so they all have a stake in becoming the heirs to the throne. So there's 4 boys, and they're like very broody, mysterious, honestly kind of like assholes a little bit, and they kind of run the school essentially because they're like super popular, but very well known in Solaria and all of that. This one guy keeps calling himself an alpha, and it's actually just like annoying me. Like, please stop calling yourself an alpha. There's like a scene where he's like playing with her hair, and then she's like, why do you keep touching my hair, or like, why do you keep touching me? And he's like, because I'm an alpha, babe, and this is how I show you who's in charge. Jail, immediately jail. Happy Sunday, guys. It is the last day of our little reading challenge and seeing how many pages I read each week. Honestly, yesterday was a bit of a blur. We had friends stay over who left, and then we had people come over for dinner, so honestly not much reading time. I think I read about 76 pages of the Zodiac Academy, and I don't even know how I feel about it because I feel like it's honestly a little bit cringy, and like some of the things that are happening, I'm just like, this is just like not really my cup of tea. But I will say it's really entertaining. Like, it really feels like I'm reading Harry Potter or like something like that, because they're going to these classes and like they're learning about the Fey world, and also just like learning about what happened to their parents and stuff, like little bits and pieces obviously. But yeah, there's just like a lot going on, and I feel like especially the classes, that reminds me so much of Harry Potter. Like, the teachers are literally ruthless. They're just as bad as the students who are like really rude to them and like basically haze them or bully them essentially. The teachers are also participating and being like really gross and weird, and like that's like not my cup of tea. Like, I thought there would be someone who is like kind of not gonna take care of them, but like someone who's gonna like be there and just be like, guys, knock it off kind of thing. But no, even the teachers are so weird. There was like a part where someone posted on Facebook in their like Feywild, they have that social media platform, and they posted a photo of one of the girls, like one of the twins, naked because it was part of the hazing thing. Anyway, they posted a photo of them and then it got deleted by like the school, and then it literally said, you guys can send it to each other privately, please stop sharing it on like our platform and stuff. And I was like, what do you mean share it privately? And I don't know why it's so beloved. I don't know if the writing gets better, but it's like honestly so easy to read, so you're kind of just like flying through it. Anyway, I'll catch you guys if I have any more updates or if anything else crazy happens. But yeah, so far I am somewhat enjoying it. Way. You know, I had my suspicions. Before you say anything, I did get out of bed and do other things, and I changed my outfit a little bit. But anyway, I was just reading and I am like so confused what these people are saying, because like a group of supporters that the twins have, because they support like the royalty. Every time one of the people in that like squad speaks, I'm like, literally, what are you saying? Like, what are you actually saying? Like, I think they wanted her to like sound like incredibly nerdy and naive and like childish, and they've just like chosen everything that she could possibly say be like the weirdest thing ever. Like, I don't know why they've made her to be like, I don't know, they clearly wanted her to be like the most annoying character, and like they've just run with it, and she's just saying the most obscure things. Because let me just like say the line that she just said. She said, I can be back in 1 hour, then we can all go dancing the dangle dongle together like birds of a flutter. Is that even English? Like, what am I actually reading? I actually just don't know at this point. Like, what do you mean? They've literally just decided to put a few different words that sounded similar together and called it a day and said that's great writing. I'm gonna keep reading and I'll come back if there's anything more funny. Hello guys, I thought I would end off the reading vlog here because I think I will read a little bit tonight, but I want to edit this video and get it up, so I do want to just like finalize how much I've read so far. So today so far it's about like 2:30. I read 146 pages of the Zodiac Academy, and let me just say, things are kind of ramping up. Like, things are happening. Like, it's really giving like Harry Potter vibes. I like getting messages from like an anonymous person, and then there's like some attacks happening by like this other species that are like targeting the people in the Feywild. So it's very interesting so far, and I feel like it's literally like a copy of Harry Potter but in a different format, different world. Honestly enjoying it, but it is really cringy. It is like really entertaining. So if you're looking for an entertaining but kind of cringy book and you don't mind the cringe because it's just like kind of adding to the entertainment, then like go for it, like read it. But if you're looking for like a proper like good fantasy with good writing and good world building, please pick something else. I don't think Zodiac Academy is gonna fill that void for you. But yeah, that's kind of like my thoughts. Obviously I haven't finished it, so I can't really give it a rating, but I thought I would quickly wrap up what I read this week. I started off the week reading The Wedding Crasher by Mia Sosa. This feels like a lifetime ago. Honestly, could I tell you really what happened in the story? Yeah, I guess, but like it wasn't really that memorable, to be honest. It was just like a fun little rom-com, a little bit of a palate cleanser, to be honest. Then I read Daisy Hates, which I have been meaning to read for such a long time, and I'm so glad that I did. Going into this, I honestly forgot how much toxicity there actually is in this world, and like the people, everyone is just super toxic. Everyone has become trauma bonded to each other and has attachment issues, and there's just so many issues within the friend group dynamic. All of that makes for a very entertaining read, so it was very entertaining. So all in all, I read about 1,122 pages this week, which is actually insane. And this isn't even considering that if I pick up my Kindle again tonight before I go to bed and read a bit more, it's not even counting that. So that's actually insane to me. It makes me feel like I have a problem, but it's a good problem to have. I think it's a productive problem to have. I'm reading, I'm having fun with my fictional besties, I guess. I don't know, but anyway, that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little challenge video, and yeah, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.